G'day, welcome to my OSRS Leagues 5 Raging Echoes progression series. My name is Gaz, and if this is the first time you've found my channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. Wednesday night? Oh, wait, never mind. Wednesday night was supposed to see the launch of the long-awaited Leagues 5, but classically, the launch was a little scuffed. So instead, we played Pokemon, our usual fallback, until roughly 3 hours later. The early hours of Thursday morning ended up being launch time for Raging Echoes. So, brief synopsis of Leagues. Old school RuneScape has been out for over a decade now, and have added in a number of limited time game modes designed to increase interest and participation in the game. Leagues is one of those. 2 month long, usually 2 month long, restricted yet empowered game brimming with content. For starters, you're extremely limited in the areas of the game that you can access. You start out with only the starter areas. To unlock new zones, you have to complete tasks from a long list of League's tasks. You can unlock a maximum of 3 extra areas, which are each absolutely packed with content. Except Kandarin. But we don't talk about Kandarin. This game mode also comes with serious character empowerment. You do have massively increased starting XP rate at 5 times the usual XP earned per action, which ramps up as you complete more tasks and earn points to max out at 16 times the usual rate. Even more importantly, the tasks you complete and the points you earn grant you access to incredibly powerful character buffs. There's already 100 videos floating around describing each of these buffs, or relics as they're described in-game. So I'm not going to go too in-depth with describing everything available. To start this game off, I chose the Animal Wrangler relic. This relic has a number of great effects, as seen on screen. It guarantees catching fish incredibly quickly, banking everything caught, and a 50% chance to cook the caught food. This is going to be extremely useful to me throughout the games, as I plan on doing a lot of player vs monster or PVM content. So, finally, we're into the game. A player named Flomple created a fantastic guide detailing exactly where players should go to gain some very quick and easy points, unlocking their first new region and some relics very quickly, so we followed the guide. Well, except your boy has reading comprehension issues, clearly. So while our path should have looked like this, we ended up doing something more like this. Efficiency is not my strong point. I should probably mention that. But that's okay. We've now sprinted around most of our available starter area in Lumbridge and a little bit of Karamja. We've got our points. We've got our second tier relic. For this, I chose the Friendly Forager relic. This synergizes really well with our first relic, as this gives us the Forager's Pouch, an item that will generate herbs for the herb lore skill, as long as we're doing a gathering skill. In this case, the extremely large amounts of fishing that we're planning on doing are going to be perfect for gathering herbs. This relic also offers a few bonus features for herb lore that we'll be taking advantage of later on. We then chose our first new region, Zaya. And my end goal for this game mode is spending a significant amount of time in 2 of OSRS's 3 raid encounters, both Chambers of Xeric and Tombs of Amasket. Alongside a huge amount of extra content and skilling options, Zaya provides access to Chambers. We're gonna need it. Finally, on our run around, we took down a Moss Giant. Along with being a League task, this also begins our push towards unlocking the 3rd League's mechanic, and a new one for this League, Combat Masteries. Combat Masteries are unlocked by completing specific combat goals. For the first one, it was to kill a giant. There are 10 combat goals to complete, giving you a total of 10 mastery points. These points can be put into one of the 3 combat styles, granting advantages to those combat styles. Each style has a maximum of 6 points that can be used on it, meaning that you'll end up with 6 points in one style, and 4 either in one other style or spread across the remaining 2. I love the range combat style, so that's going to be my first focus. By claiming the first point in any style, you also get a passive combat buff that affects all 3 styles. So by claiming the first range combat mastery, I actually get 2 buffs. For range, my minimum hit is now increased to 30% of my max hit. That means that if I get a low hit, the damage is going to be increased. If my max hit is 20, my minimum hit with range is now 6. Secondly, as a passive effect, I'm going to save 95% of all runes, ammo, and weapon charges. This is huge for training all combat stats, so we love to see it. Next, we have a goal. We want to kill Scarius, the rat boss, as that's both a League task and a combat goal for the masteries. To get to that point, we're going to need to do a lot of leveling up and training. So with that in mind, I decided that the next goal we should have would probably be to work towards our next relic And also, if we could start working towards the desert, which was going to be our second area we unlocked. So what you're seeing on screen now is a little bit of a montage of completing some tasks, including the number of tasks it took me to realize that I hadn't actually claimed my second tier relic and therefore wasn't actually getting the increased XP multiplier that comes from that. So we lost a little bit of time doing the skilling, all sorts of stuff, working on our stats, working on training, leveling up, without ever upgrading our XP multiplier from the 5 times to the 8 times. This was really, really, really dumb. We wasted a lot of time doing this. Obviously, we're still getting points, we're still getting levels, so it's not a huge waste. But yeah, we did end up spending quite a bit of time just running around before I was coming back around to Lumbridge and realized, wait a second, we still don't have that friendly forages, the forages pouch. So once we realized that, fixed that up very quickly and decided to take care of a few big XP goals. So we took down the Vampire Slayer quest, which gave us, of course, straight away 40 attack, which gave us a couple of free tasks, as we did already have the mithril and adamant weapons on us. So that was a couple of freebies. We then headed back around to Karamja, where we headed off to the Muser Point Pier for a bit of a nostalgia trip in catching and cooking lobsters. So, of course, the harpoon is cooking those lobsters for us, and we can pick up a couple of free tasks there. Then we finally actually did unlock that second area, which was Zaya. Sorry, our first area, which was Zaya. So we headed off to Zaya to get a couple of achievements taken care of, and work towards our third relic. So as you can see here, we are unlocking the Clue Compass teleport relic, which does give you access to a lot of different areas in the game, including free access to Shiloh Village Bank, a couple others as well. So it's going to be just the best teleport relic for us to take here. And this is where our plan started to take shape. So knowing that we needed to get back around to Scurius, I decided the best way that we were going to be able to get good range gear was to work on clue scrolls. While we would definitely be able to kill Scurius with lower tier gear, for example, a U short bow, being able to get a U short bow would require us to either get a bit lucky with medium clues or train up our fletching for quite a while, which is something that I wasn't really interested in doing at that point of the game. So instead I decided to focus on getting us to our 5th tier relic, which would be the Clue Scroll Treasure Arbiter relic. Now, the Treasure Arbiter relic basically makes it so that clues will be completed, first of all, in their minimum number of steps every single time, and also you would not need any of the items for emote clues, which would make things a lot faster, so we wouldn't need to go around and gather, for example, a Bandos Godsword for a Master Clue. The third relic unlock also gives us access to the passive effects of a increased 2x multiplier onto all combat XP gains, and the bigger and badder Slayer unlock with superior Slayer monsters appearing at a 1 in 50 rate. So really nice for the later game. Now, of course, on our way to the 5th tier relic, we did have to get the 4th tier relic, which was actually many, many hours later. Don't let the montage fool you. But we did get level 5 construction here from completing or working on the Daddy's Home mini quest, which did unlock us our 4th relic. Now, for the 4th relic, we did choose the Reloaded relic, which gives us the option to unlock one of the previous relics in an earlier tier. I chose to take this along with the Power Miner from the 1st tier. Now, the Power Miner works in a very similar way to the Harpoon from the Animal Wrangler relic, in that it will process the ores that we mine, this time at 100%. It will also bank all the ores that we mine, or all the bars, I guess, that we mine at that point. And it also will prevent the ores that we mine, or the rocks that we mine, from depleting until we've mined 4 ores from them. So, with that unlocked, it was time to head to the Tazar again, because now we needed to kill 10 monsters of level 100 combat or higher to unlock our next combat mastery point. Now, at this point, we are pretty late in the first day. I'd been streaming for about 9 hours, so you can see that it was pretty reclined gaming at this point. And we are getting very, very close to the end of that first day and the end of the video. But getting the second combat mastery point does unlock this second combat mastery for us in ranged, which does allow us to increase our max hit by 5% on every subsequent range hit. So it resets after 4 hits or at 20%. This means that each time I hit, my max hit increases by 5%. I'm unsure at this point if that impacts the previous range relic, which would increase by minimum hit. But at this point in the game with just a bow and crossbow and darts. This one took a little bit of time. So as we get towards the end of this one, we finish up, get our combat mastery, and we are going to finish up for the day. You can see me yawning there in the video. And we have our plan of action for the next time. So we're going to be coming back for the next video. We want to try and take down Scurius, and we want to claim that combat mastery, as well as getting towards our clue relic, which we'll probably try and go for first. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will be back for the next one, hopefully in a day or so. We'll be trying to smash out some videos very, very quickly. And you're going to see me smash through a lot of clue scrolls as we've been crushing through them for the last couple of days. Alright, guys, have a great day. Please like the video and subscribe if you're keen to see more. See you next time.